Hey guys, I just want to take a second to say thank you. I've got a little over 60 subscribers right now. Never thought that would happen. So to you guys who subscribe, I really appreciate it. If you share the video, like, subscribe, tell your friends too, that'd be great. I want to get to 100 subscribers by end of May. So I'm going to keep putting out video. Even if nobody watches it, I'm going to put it out. So again, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Hey guys, we need to talk about rock crawler, linchpins, and vandalism. Alright, this is a rock crawler Gen 2 quick disconnect for the Jeep Gladiator. Retails $199 for a set. Ended up picking these up used. Good deal. Couldn't pass it up. Needed them. This is the rest of the hardware that comes with it. Screw, washer, and a spacer. Now you may be asking yourself, there's a pin up here, where's the pin down here? It's a good question. I don't know where it is. So about a week ago, I was at the Charlotte Motor Speedway Auto Fair, and I just happened to look down at the end of it, noticed that the pin down here was missing. So my disconnect was just sitting like this, connected to the sway bar, but nothing at the bottom. Okay, so that's a problem. It's not really a problem, you can drive like that, but it's a problem. I looked online to see if Rock Crawler sold the pin that goes in here, and I would need the lynch pin as well. JKS and other manufacturers sell those parts. They're like $12. Rock Crawler doesn't have them listed on their site, so their customer service isn't open till Monday. Call their customer service on Monday about 2 o'clock, tell them what I need, and the guy says, yeah, I'll call you back in like 5 or 10 minutes. 3 hours later, I haven't heard back, so I call him back again. Hey, this is what I need. He says, okay, cool, let me call you back in a few minutes. I'm at their mercy, I don't know what else to do. So he calls me back in about 10-15 minutes and says, hey, I got that quote for you for that track bar bracket, something, it's gonna be $200. It's like, dude, no, that's not what I was calling you about. I was calling you about the pin and the bolt for the disconnect. He says, oh, okay, hold on, let me call you back. Never calls back. So that night, I sent them a nicely worded email telling them what I needed and the problems I'd had so far, and that basically need that part because I don't want to spend $200 on another set. So Tuesday morning rolls around, I get an email back, and it says, oh, in the first email I sent them a picture of the part I need. I highlighted exactly the part I needed on their image. So I get that email Tuesday saying, oh, we're so sorry for this, blah, 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 and here's the part numbers you're gonna need. Can you give us an address for shipping so we know how much it is? Sure, okay, here's my address. Well, in the meantime, I looked up those part numbers. They don't exist online. They must be just internal Rock Crawler part numbers. So I don't exactly know what I'm getting. But again, I'm at their mercy. I have to kind of take their word that they know what I'm talking about, especially when I send a picture in. Well, he gets back to me. I call them to place the order. Parts are going to be $15. Give me 15% off, which was cool, just because of the hassle. Shipping's $13. Now let me show you what I got. I got a screw, a spacer.
What's up, brother? Making some YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. You know where the money's at. This is a smart man right here.
Yeah.
I'm by the way. I'm so sorry, sir.
John.
Beautiful garage, by the way.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Okay, I have no idea where I was at, but let's talk about that bullshit real quick. Dude's out here selling stuff. Okay, cool. Grind, hustle, do your thing, man. Don't walk into my garage without being invited. Get the hell out of here. Okay, anyway. I really don't know where I was at. So the pieces I needed were this and a linchpin. And, you know, that's what I got. How much do you think it costs to ship these 3 pieces? I paid $13 for the pieces, and they charged me over $13 for shipping. That's kind of ridiculous. There's the box. It's a small box. Yeah, there's some weight to it, but it should be $13. Throw them in an envelope, send them by the post office, done. Well, I guess the plus side is now I have extras of those. Oh, yeah, they didn't even send the linchpin. I had to go to Lowe's and buy that, so it's an extra $2.50. But at least it fits. Now let's talk about how we got in the situation to begin with. I know I told you that part fell out somehow and left my disconnect dangling. I know I Loctited this piece. How does this long bolt work its way out of that? Vibration? Okay, maybe. That bolt threads in 1.25 inches with Loctite. And then not to mention, that's a tight fit. How does that fall out? So that brings me to the other question in this situation. Who the hell took this out of my Jeep? That's the only thing I can think of at this point. I really don't see it falling out. I don't see the vibrations undoing it that much and then falling out of the disconnect when it's such a tight fit. So how did it fall out? I guess we're past it. It doesn't matter. It's just I'm curious about it. So when I got home, I had my old disconnects that I got with my Terraflex kit sitting around. So I ended up putting one of these back on to the passenger side. So I'm running a stock one and the rock crawler. So we're going to go and pop that stock one back off and put the rock crawler on and call it a day. So let's talk for a minute. What was the point of this video? There's a lot of ranting about a problem that I don't know what really caused it. I don't know if it was not being tight enough, if somebody really did steal it, which I don't think they did, but you never know anymore. Versus a large company with questionable shipping cost. I don't know their company, I don't know their policies. I just know what seems reasonable, and what seems reasonable is not charging $13 for shipping for 3 small pieces. So in no way is this a slight at Rock Crawler. This is the first time I really use their products. I know they're a very well established company, do a lot of good in the off-road world. But my experience with them is tarnished just a little bit from all the stuff I went through. No, it's not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but it's slightly irritating. I don't really know what else to say about that. I'm not going to let a little bit of inconvenience take away from the quality of their equipment. So once I get the springs on, I'll be able to make my own decision on their quality, but everything I hear, they're a solid company, and I have no reason not to believe that. So like I said, if you watch this, thank you, I appreciate it. Basically just listen to me bitch for 10 minutes, but future plans, I still have the day 3 video of the SCAR to edit. If you guys like off-road stuff, that's probably not going to be none of these videos are the videos for you if you don't like off-road stuff. So it was raining, I was miserable, I didn't get a whole lot shot. It is what it is. I'll put the video out if you watch it, great. Tomorrow, a group of us from Extreme Jeepers are going to Uwari, so I'll make a video out of that, and I'll try to get that one out quick. So there will be some more off-road content. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please do. I really appreciate it. See ya.